What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Trey Sense, and listen, it is that time of the week again. It is time for us to discuss the fragrances that I have worn the past week, starting with Sunday, July the 9th, which again would have been my late sister's birthday. Happy birthday, sis. Hard to believe she would have been 41. Man, oh well. Happy birthday, sis. You know I love and I miss you. Anyway, okay, that would have started Sunday, July the 9th, and that would have went through yesterday, which was Saturday, July the 15th. Hard to believe this month is over halfway over. The only beautiful thing about that is football season is right around the corner. So, what fragrance did I wear Sunday, July the 9th? Also, be sure to like, share, and sub. I went with a fragrance from Milestone, and it is Jubilation 26, a Jubilee 26, and it is a clone of Amouage Jubilation 25. And it is close, really powerful fragrance, really strong fragrance. This is a little bit more fruity than Amouage's version. My boy D Da Vinci, the poet, who put me on this fragrance, he says he likes it a little bit better than Amouage. I don't know. It smells good. I like it, but better than the Amouage fragrance? I don't know. It is definitely a little bit more wearable. It is definitely a little bit more fruity. It does smell good. I sprayed it in this because if you remember from my what I found at the Rack Stores video, my Milestone bottle, the top, the sprayer was missing, so I just grabbed one off of another bottle from Marshall's and put it on there so I would have a way to spray it, and I decanted it into this so I don't have to worry about dealing with the sprayer or anything. So it is a good smelling fragrance. I like it a lot, but better than Jubilation 25, I don't know. It is pretty close, and I will tell you this, if you see a bottle out there with Milestone on it, it is a solid fragrance. It is a well-made fragrance. I mean, they are good. They are good. They're powerful. They perform well. They smell good. Ombre Leather was another one that I picked up that just happens to be a Milestone, and Desert Oud is another one that I have that just happens to be a Milestone fragrance, and man, they rock. They rock. They really do. So if you see Milestone on the bottle, listen to me now, believe me later on, just pick it up. It's going to be a good fragrance. It's only going to be a matter of whether the fragrance fits your taste or not, but it's going to be a good smelling fragrance. I can assure you of that. That was Sunday. Moving right along to Monday. I did a little bit of a layering combination, and it worked for me. I absolutely loved it. From the house of Banana Republic, I went with Grassland, and I layered that with Dapper Fragrances Roll-On Oil Green Irish Tweed. Both of these have that cool, watery, green, grassy, Green Irish Tweed vibe. This is a little bit fresher, less aquatic version of Green Irish Tweed, or well, it's a less aquatic version of Cool Water, or a fresher version of Green Irish Tweed. Either way either way you want to put it, they're all neck and neck, and I enjoyed it. Layering is a great way to use your fragrance oils. We all know oils. We all know they smell good, but we all know a lot of them don't project the way that we want them to. They do last forever and they stay on your skin forever, but they lack that projection. So anytime I have an oil that is similar to another fragrance, when I'm in the oil mood, I will get it, use it, roll it on, and then spray right over the top of it, and it works well for me, at least. But that's what I wore Monday, which would have been Banana Republic, Grassland, and Dapper's oil version of Green Irish Tweed. I don't even know if Travis still even makes those. But, and the thing about those oils, I get them and I keep them in a really dark place and let them sit. And the truth is, I picked up one from a gas station locally, and I let it sit for about 3 or 4 years. And then I got it out one day and then rolled it on, and that joker smelled so good. It smelled almost identical to Green Irish Tweed. It no longer even smelled like Cool Water. I called JP up, me and him was rapping about it, and I was like, man, I'm gonna send you this. So I sent it to him in the package. When he got it, he was like, Trey, man, I'm sending it to say, don't sleep on the oils. Even if you get them and you have to let them continue to mature for a little while, I don't think you'll be disappointed when you go back and pick them up, because that oil just gets stronger and stronger and stronger the longer it sits. Just a little advice to you. I know time is of the essence, and you know, we have to live for the day because this is all we got. But just saying, if you think about it, give it a shot. You may like it. You may like it. You may like it. That was Monday. Tuesday, I layered again because I was just in a layering mood. And I went with two that are very, very similar. From the house of Lamani, it is Victory Intense, which is a cool water. Got Cool Waters on the brain, which is an Invictus Aqua cologne. So I layered it with a roll-on oil that I got from my good friend Justin Colbanks, who lives in Baltimore, as they say it up there. He's on the East Coast. And this is Invictus Aqua. And this is very, very... Now, I have Invictus Aqua from Paco Rabanne. I have it. This smells so good. Now, these... I forgot the name of the company that he gets these from. It's a lady up there that has a booth, and she sells them. She also has a website that you can actually go online and order hers. I do not know. Oop, dropped my pen. Maybe I can get that information for you. What I do know is her oils are a little bit thinner. They do project a little bit better. They don't last quite as long as most of the oils that I'm used to, but they are, I don't know if you can see that, but they are a little bit thinner. They're actually more like a decent parfum concentration, but nonetheless, they do smell really, really good, and they do last. I'm gonna put just a smidgen of this on right now. But this combination was nice. It just smelled good. And these two together was really, really nice, as they are very, very similar. This is a good fragrance. I picked this up at Marshall's in Madison, Alabama many, 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 many moons ago. It was $12 or $13. One of those fragrances that you just saw just sitting there out of the box. I picked it up, smelled it, instantly recognized the scent profile, but I was like, you know what? For $12, they didn't have anything else I want. I'm gonna get it, and this is where the levels are on the bottle. It is pretty much halfway gone, and it just smells good, man. But you know, Lamani makes pretty good fragrances anyway. But it is definitely one that I think is worth picking up if you see it. They also have one in a white bottle that I was seeing about the same time. I passed on the one in a white bottle. It was very citrusy, very tropical, very good for the heat. That smells good. That just smells good. I like it. I like it a lot. But anyway, moving on. That's what I did Tuesday. That was my layering combination for Tuesday, which brings us to Wednesday. And I had to go back and visit my foot doctor and get myself set up, trying to get all this infection out of my body. So what I wore to the doctor is, it was an extremely warm day. From the house of Lacoste, I went with Lacoste L12 Eau Fraiche. And I like this fragrance, man. It does great in the heat. Oh, this just smells so good. A little green, a little citrusy, very, very bright, very youthful, very vibrant fragrance. And this is one of those that, again, it's not a monster projector. It's not a rude fragrance. It lays a little close to the skin. It does project. It's not a monster. The scent trail this leaves behind, and it lays there for a very, very long time. You will get 6 to 7 good hours of longevity out of this, off of your skin, and definitely off your clothes. Now, again, is it a monster projector? No. But when you come close to a person, they're going to pick it up. And when you walk by, they're definitely going to pick it up. And at the same time, it's not rude. It's not loud. It's just easy to wear, a nice fragrance from the house of Lacoste. It is L1212 Eau Fraiche. This is one that I definitely think you should pick up. Lacoste is a very overlooked and slept on house. I don't understand it. I like the house. I think they make good fragrances at a really good price. You have to be careful and not overpay, but still, I like it. And that's what I wore to the doctor's office Wednesday. Came back, had to get some stuff done, and then had to go to work. And what I wore to work was from the house of Sensual Obsessions. And it is Plum Explosion. And this is a, goodness gracious, little bit of a smoky plum. Boozy. Very good fragrance. Funny comment about this fragrance. My coworker made a comment. I had to go to the office to get some change. And she is the office manager, so she had to give me change. She went to the bathroom or something, so I just, cut my light off on my line and went to the office and waited on her. She said, I came back and you were gone, and I asked the other workers where you were. She said they didn't know, so I followed the scent trail, and I couldn't help but laugh. Those were her words. So I just followed the scent trail. And that stuff, like the comments like that, that's what I love about being a frag head, a cologne enthusiast, whatever you want to call it, is comments like that. And the fragrance that I had on was Plum Explosion from Sensual Obsessions. Evidently, it left a trail wherever I went. And that, my friends, is a beautiful, beautiful thing. When you can walk through, and working in the public, there's been a few people that come through, and I'm just like, man, most of the time though, it's with women, and it's with women perfumes. For some reason, they just project better, in my opinion, and they're a little bit stronger. I wish men's fragrances did that more, because that scent trail when you come through, man. But nonetheless, evidently, Plum Explosion left a nice little sillage, nice little scent trail as I walked through. That's what I wore Wednesday, which brings us to Thursday. I did another layering combination. I was just playing in my fragrances, just passing some time, just playing in my fragrances, and it's good. It keeps my mind going, and it helps me to pass time. From the house of Sensual Obsession, I went with two fragrances that I love. I love a lot. I like heavily. I like it a lot. From the house of Sensual Obsessions, I went with their version of Beach Hut Man. And as you see, I'm telling you guys, I wear these fragrances. You see where the levels are. Beach Hut Man, and I haven't had this one very long, Florida Keys. Trying to see if the make date was on Florida Keys, and it is not. And both of these are, Beach Hut Man and Florida Keys, so you know what they're talking about here. Very tropical. I think Florida Keys is an original composition. But man, is it tropical? Is it nice? It's nice. And is this Beach Bum or Beach Hut Man? Hold on. Let me. This is Beach Bum, which is his version of Beach Hut Man. But nonetheless, the two together made a nice tropical combination, and I was smelling fresh and beachy and just vibrant all day. And sometimes I need that when I'm at work, because it's just, helps me get through my shift. It's a little uplifting, and I like it. But Beach Bum from Sensual Obsessions, which is his version of Beach Hut Man, and what did I say? This was Florida Keys, which is an original composition from Sensual Obsessions. Those two had me smelling right. That ended my work week, which brought me to Friday. And Friday, I went with something as I just chilled around the house most of the day because I didn't really want to do a whole lot. Friday, I had another fragrance in my head, but this is the one I wore. So this is the one I'll tell you about. From the House of English Laundry, I went with Charmer. And this is just a nice, pleasant, youthful, sweet, extremely sweet fragrance. I like English Laundry as a house, as a whole. I think they dropped the ball on a couple of fragrances, and this is one of them. The latest fragrances that they have put out just have lacked the performance of the earlier English Laundry fragrances like Windsor and Signature and Arrogant and fragrances like that. Those fragrances lasted. It seemed like it started around the time they released London, which is an Aventus clone and would have been a banger of a fragrance if it lasted longer. They made that fragrance in two concentrations. There's an EDP to that and a EDT. The EDT blows off in a few hours. The EDP does last a little bit longer, but it just doesn't last like it should. If it did, it would be a stellar banger fragrance because it may have been the best Aventus clone on the market. Even better than Explorer, but they didn't, so it isn't. And I'll say the same thing about Charmer. It's just a super sweet fragrance. Maybe puts me in the mind of something from the Polo Red line. It smells really good. It just doesn't last. It just doesn't last very long, but it does smell really good. This is what I chose to spray on Friday, as I was just chilling around the house. I didn't leave the house until I left the house, if you know what I mean. I just chilled until it was time for me to go, and that's what I had on. And when I got ready to go out that night for just a little adult activities, what I went with, because it rained, and then it does this thing. It may do this everywhere, but it does this in the southeast especially. It'll rain, storm throughout the day, and then about 5 or 6 o'clock, the storm and the rains are gone, and it turns into a sauna outside. So I picked this because I thought it was going to rain all evening, but it didn't. So from the House of Diesel, it is Diesel Fuel for Life. If you're the type of person that likes monster projection, great longevity, last all day, and you like that 90s, late 90s, early 2000s vibe, here you go. Here you go. This is unapologetic man juice in this bottle. This stuff stays on and on and on. Spray this on your clothes and you don't have to wash it out, for real. Great fragrance. And to me, it just smells so nostalgic. It just reminds me of the late 90s, early 2000s. It's just got that kind of vibe to it, but it doesn't smell dated, and it definitely doesn't smell bad. It is a masculine fragrance. It is a compliment getter. People have gone away from wearing fragrances like this, so it is a little bit different, and honestly, in my opinion, it will make you stand out and get you noticed. But from the House of Diesel, it is Diesel Fuel for Life, and that is what I wore Friday night. And Saturday, I did not do anything. I did not feel like going out looking, hunting, or anything, so I just chilled and stayed around the house all day. I think I left the house maybe once or twice to go run down to the Dollar General, picked up a bag of pork skins, and came right on back to the crib. I just didn't feel like doing anything. From the House of from the House of Mustang. It is Mustang, and this is a bottle celebrating 50 years of making the Mustang. So that's what I know to call it, Ford Mustang 50. And it smells really, really good. Most of you probably wouldn't wear this in the middle of the summer, but again, I was in a climate controlled environment, so I didn't care. And plus I knew I was staying at home. Very sweet, very spicy, almost like 1 million and Le Male mixed together. That's the DNA. Spicy, sweet, and it's a pretty good fragrance. Performance is par. I mean, it doesn't last for hours and hours and hours, but it just smells good. It just smells good. I don't know what to tell you. And I picked this up out of the clearance bin for $2 or $3. And for a $2 or $3 fragrance, I am extremely happy with it. And the last time I did research on these Mustang fragrances, now there's another group of Mustang fragrances that have come out, and they're in a totally different shaped bottle. The packaging is better. The bottles are prettier. I've only smelled one of those, and it was a decent fragrance. It didn't just wow me. I ended up giving it away. I don't even remember who I gave it to, but it was the red one. I think now they have the blue one, the white one, and I've seen a turquoise one. But they've got the black racing stripe. Very good, very nice looking bottles. Very nice looking bottles, but the juice in those was, to me, average at best. These right here, the first Ford Mustang fragrances, and those may be as well, but these are made by Estee Lauder. And some of you may be wondering, so what's the significance of that? Estee Lauder is a major player in the fragrance game. They own several big time designer, or some of you would call them niche brands. Yeah, so Estee Lauder is behind a lot of fragrances is the point, and they've been doing makeup and things like that for quite a while. So in the line of beauty, which I guess is where fragrances would have to fall, Estee Lauder is a major player and have been around for a while. So even though these are inexpensive fragrances, they're not made by an inexpensive company. That was my point. Now, with that being said, that's it, guys. That's all I got for you. It brings me to the end, and we will start a new week starting Sunday, July the 16th. I really hope all of you guys have had a beautiful, beautiful summer and are enjoying life to the best of your ability, because it is short. Life is short, and we have got to realize we have to live every single day and die once. That is my plan. That is my mission. From here on out, it's live every day and die one time. That is my mission. But anyway, I thank you all for being the best part of this channel. I am currently working on a video. Don't want to spoil it. I think it's going to be a good video. I've never seen anybody do a video like this in Fragcom. I'm working on it, and I can't wait to get it out to you. So you may see that Tuesday, maybe Tuesday. But anyway, I love you all. And may God bless you all, and thank you all for being the best part of this channel as always. And always thank you for returning to the scene of the crime. Comments are always welcome in the comment section. Let me know what you're wearing, and let me know what you're thinking. So now I gotta get off, edit, upload it, do all of this stuff I gotta do. And until next time, guys, peace.